Greetings and a warm welcome. Hey, happy 2020 to you all, and thanks for joining me. Capricorn, this is your reading for the very first of the new decade for January, your birthday celebration time, your energy, and believe me, is it big. We move into 2020 with the January astrology having the conjunction of Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn, which a lot of astrologers are suggesting or emphasizing is a mind-blowing sound of change, period. And this is massive. So this is what we are going to be experiencing and moving through. And I think for you guys, kicking off the year with this energy, it is very, very profound, and you guys are going to feel it one way or another. So it is a massive conjunction. It has only happened twice in the last 2,000 years. Jupiter is expansion of power. Understand this much, that as we march into this decade in 2020 at the beginning, with an eclipse that happened on the 26th of December, that will be forging us forward. By the time we get to the end of this decade, we will barely recognize the life that we started off as, both individually, collectively, and globally. This is the time of the most profound change. With that in mind, let us start your reading. I did some intuitive work for you, and you received these mantras. I take the time to bask in the love and light of my life. What a glorious day. So that's a beautiful mantra to use, and you can use that on a daily basis. You also got the colors green and yellow, like an aqua green, almost the color of this background material that is in for the reading. Soft and gentle aquamarine. We also got the shape of a triangle or pyramid, which made me think of firm foundations, and the message that carried on was make firm foundations, crossing directions this way and that. So I'm not sure how to interpret all those messages that came through, but those were the things that you can ponder upon, think about, or utilize the mantras for. Let us start this reading for Capricorn for January 2020, the very beginning of this brand new epoch, I guess, or decade. This one came out horizontally, so it's neither here nor there, which was interesting when I said you were going a little bit of this way and that. So I think there is room for movement or room for change for you guys. Wow, what a beautiful one to get for the very beginning, the sun. We can't live without the sun, and it was the sun that eclipsed the moon on the 26th of January, which was actually in Capricorn energy. So boom, what a rocking way to start this beginning of 2020 with this powerful conjunction coming your way. It feels to me as though the sun and maybe that eclipse is playing, and that was a Freudian slip maybe, paying some form of dividend for you guys. This card is one of the most prosperous, benevolent, and loved in the deck. It's a major arcana, and it gives the precedence of growth, awareness, providence, happiness, joy, success, new adventures beginning, childlike inspiration or fun or enjoyment or innocence. Also children, conception of new ideas, fertility. It's just whatever you think of in terms of positiveness in life, the sun brings it in. What a beautiful, beautiful way to start, Capricorns. I do think that there is something about the energy in the beginning of the year that is going to play a role with Capricorn being the major astrological energy. Another one that is neither here nor there or coming and going or a bit of this and that is the Hanged Man, another major arcana. The Hanged Man is about, and I've turned him upside down, but he didn't have to be, and it's neither here nor there. He is a little bit about spiritual awakening, understanding something at a very deep level, coming to a new conclusion in life. He has this illumination around his head, a little bit like this giant orb over here, so a similar orb in this card as well. So it feels as though there's something that comes into you, like this energetic awakening or vibration or awareness or frequency. You could almost tap into the cosmos and find answers or solutions. Be prepared to hear messages coming your way in profound and unusual manner, or messages from others, messages from the other side, from the astral, from the cosmic, from collective conscious, from your higher self. These are times when you could gain incredible insight into your journey of life and where it is taking you and where it is headed. The Hanged Man can mean being at a crossroads in life and having to make a decision about your future, and the decision you make could be very empowering and powerful. It does bode taking time to make the right decision. Do I go left or right, or do I have this or that? It can also refer to timing issues, so meaning that something that you might have been waiting on is in a timing jurisdiction by the greater cosmos. It may be slower than you are wanting it to take, and it may also mean slowing down a little bit yourself. Let's see what else is in store for Capricorn for just January, their birthday time as well. So don't forget that as your birthday time is in action or motion or in this time plane, it is very, very important to connect with yourself and form some strategies or ideas about the way you wish to be moving forward as the future evolves. Your birth date is very specific and special to your soul's journey, and you chose it for a deeply personal reason, and connecting with yourself at that birth date time will often give you insights and answers into what it is you are seeking and where you are headed. The Five of Wands can be about competition, it can be about other people, so there's sometimes 5 people involved. It often talks about careers or our career sector or our creative ideas or passions or inspirations. It may mean that you have a lot of ideas and concepts that you are wanting to get out. You are also wanting possibly for other people to hear, but there could be this noise, this background noise, that either people aren't hearing you clearly or you're not making yourself heard enough. So yeah, this card just means be ready to accept that other people also perhaps have the same ideas or want the same thing as you, and it may take extra energy and effort to get things heard and to be seen at this point in time. The Victory card is here, and I have turned it up the other way. It's reversed, it is still a positive card. This is the Victory card after all. Both of these have come out together in terms of wands and creativity, which is often associated with our career. This Victory upturned or reversed could mean that again you are waiting on something to happen that you expected may have come about sooner. And interestingly enough, what is it below? The Hanged Man, and we talked about a timing issue that is in the cosmos hands or in the universe hands, so it's playing out bigger than you can make this happen. So you have to sit back, Capricorn, and you have to wait for something about the cosmos energy or the cosmic energy to be ready for what it is you are seeking to come about. For some of you, this could be an alliance or a grouping with people for favor, for a positive outcome, and you might be waiting on this outcome to happen. Sometimes the Victory card can be talking about things that you have been working on, such as exams or projects, or like completing a university degree, or waiting on some sort of results. And it may be that the wait is taking longer than anticipated, or that something is being rechecked or redone. And it could be that you're aware of it, or it might even be that you're not aware of it. Just have patience, I think, at the moment. Don't push things too hard and too fast, because you can get this combustible energy that may not be exactly what you are wanting. So just have some patience. Let's see what else is in store for Capricorn for January for 2020. January, Capricorn. Oh. Okay, so the 5 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. So a lot of wands have come out in terms of career. A lot of you may have career aspirations or moves or thoughts on your mind. For some of you, this could be a new opportunity within a career, or a new direction within your career, or even beginning a career, possibly a new type of job. Definitely we've seen it with right from the very sun, where we have all this opportunity of creativity and conception, ideas, all sorts are going on in terms of your creative ability. And this can also cover off the sacral chakra area of the body, which is where we get our creative juices flowing. The 5 of Swords is not dissimilar to this 5 up here, the 5 of Wands. So I'm thinking that this message is coming out quite strong for you, and it's the 2 5s that have kind of reinvigorated themselves. They both hold a little bit of feisty energy. So 5 is halfway through the journey of something. So it's neither this or that. It's in between, which we've had talked about before, but this one is a little more intense than this card. It's almost as if this energy happens first, where there's a little bit of tension or argy-bargy, or people fighting for their right to be heard or their ideas to be put across, and then we get to this, and it's about walking away from something, and walking away with a little bit of disdain, bad taste in your mouth, and having argued a point too far to retract it. This card is usually very cautionary about being careful about what you say and how you say it to people. It is not about necessarily giving in, but it's about taking stand over something that you obviously feel very strong about, but doing it in the right way. So if you're going to have communication issues with people, then be careful how you speak and how you treat them. These people here who are walking away can be walking away forever, for life. You may never see them or hear from them again. So think carefully. These times that we are in are times of massive change. So be prepared in our lives, all of us, not just you guys, but we all need to be prepared for deeply personal change coming in, and that can mean people in your life who you thought were around for a long time may be gone for forever. Sometimes this is people moving away that you didn't expect, and they could be going overseas to work or do something, or leave a group situation behind, and you may not see them for 10, 20 years, something like that. It is even though it's a 5 in the middle of a situation, the message behind this card is quite long term and far reaching. So it's a note of caution about who you pick your fights with, and how much you want it to be permanently lasting or shorter lasting. This last card from the deck for you is a very happy card. The 4 of Wands is about moving into a happy home situation, feeling safe and secure in your home. Sometimes this card can indicate something like a engagement or a wedding that you might be attending or inviting people to. You may be invited to become engaged. Someone might ask you to marry them. This can represent the birth of a baby or the coming together of a family unit in a very positive way. So sometimes this is extended families merging together. It can be when people they have bought a new property, your first home for example, and you're going to be moving in. It can be moving from your home that you've lived in for many years, such as a family home, and going out on your own, or growing your wings and moving further afield, but usually always for a positive reason. Sometimes this can be referencing moving interstate or overseas because of a job promotion or increase, and you have more money and more freedom, and you're choosing a new home. It can also represent wonderful connections of love, harmony, trust, safety, feeling very secure in all of your foundations of life. And again, we have another wand. So 3 wands that came up Two of them are very positive, these two here in particular, and this one is just about this creative energy that could be misaligned and needs to just be brought back into positive creation. But the Four of Wands is a beloved card that people love to have turn up in a reading. That and the Sun are two of joyful life's harmony. This can also mean going on a holiday and staying in a very nice temporary accommodation, and that you are going to have a wonderful time on this holiday as well. So if we move into the next bunch of cards that I have for the reading, these are Doreen Virtue Daily Guidance Angel Therapy cards. Let's just see what's in store here, and I'm holding them upside down, so I will just turn them around. It doesn't really matter with oracle cards. But this is Capricorn, and this is for January 2020. What would you like them to know and understand? For Capricorn, we've had a lot fall out. I think it's too many. You could look at the one on the bottom, which is Law of Attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are changing as you become sensitive and aware of energies. So we will just put these back for now and start again with the shuffling. This is for Capricorn for January. Okay, we still had quite a few come out. Be willing to forgive. If you get nervous, focus on service, and the God box. These are just lovely, light, gentle cards that are quite generic in many ways. The be willing to forgive is ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So for whatever you may have been through that you feel requires clearing or lifting or releasing, this is a very good time to release stuff from our own soul's journey, from our own fear, from our own mind talk, and from, past physical or emotional trauma. This is the time to play these cards, to get into this energy and to allow it to wrap itself around you. So being willing to forgive doesn't mean that you have to accept what someone has done. It's just forgiving the situation and letting yourself move on without being held back in any form of fear or entrapment that someone else may have put upon you. Forgiving is one of the hardest things that we as humans can learn to do. It is one of the most difficult of all of the emotions to grasp, and it does take time and effort. But if you can do it, you will find yourself feeling lighter and being able to move on with more energy, with more freedom. If you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the Law of Attraction, which is the card that we looked at just before these ones came out, will automatically take care of your needs. So you guys are firmly in this realm of being able to manifest or attract something. It's about aligning yourself energetically at the core level to enable these things to come through, to enable the feeling of this grand sun to come into your life. And it takes your inner energy to be able to do that, and that's when you manifest, and when you feel the energy to be able to be more creative, to get these wands that you had so many of into action, and then plow forth with your ideas, your feelings, your passions, your creativity, your inspiration. Try to focus on the positive aspects of your direction and where you wish to head, and don't think of anything negative that you feel could be stopping you, whether it's yourself or someone else. Have this forgiveness in your perception and rise above whatever you feel may have been an injustice in the past. The God box is another method of allowing forgiveness in. if you like, but it can also be a wonderful tool for manifesting anything that you desire. So it says here, write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box, as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So anything that you find makes you feel nervous or threatened or unbalanced, apply it into a small box. I haven't got a little box in front of me as an example, but like a little jewelry container or a sacred little box that you find special. Energize it with the universe's energy, then write in whatever it is that's on your mind that you would like to have freedom from, or feel less fear about, or be willing to forgive something about. Then place it in the God box and align it to the universe to help solve it. And at the same time, as the card said, if you desire something, if you want to manifest something into this timeline and this reality, do the same thing again. Write it down, put it in the God box, and then put it to the universe to come into this reality and manifest that for you. These are the Chakra Insight Oracle cards. We're just going to pull one here for Capricorn, and it is their birthday reading as such. I know December was as well, but there's also January. So for Capricorn, because it is the start of a brand new decade, we may as well make this a really special reading for you guys so that you can contemplate any of the messages that come in. Possessions, belongings, finances, assets, and treasures. And this is very much a base chakra card, and this is very much the earth energy, the Capricorn energy, which is what you guys actually resound in, or it's what you guys pulsate out to the universe. So I will read a little bit of the meaning about this possessions. It is said we are spiritual beings living in a physical world. Part of living in this world is coming into right relations with the material realm while recognizing the source of all creation. While we know that money and possessions alone can't sustain our happiness, we also know that constant denial of material needs can bring great stress into our lives. This card is a call for you to cultivate a balanced relationship with the material plane. Organize your finances, take stock of your possessions. Gain an awareness of the balance of money and other physical energy coming into your life on a daily basis, and that which is going out. Are the scales of your material world balanced, or are they heavily weighted to one side? Perhaps you have spent carelessly or have a tendency to gather, hoard, or collect that which you do not really need. Or maybe you are denying yourself from claiming or receiving some of the material comforts that truly nurture and support your well-being. It is time to evaluate your possessions, to honour what is precious to you and that which matters most, and to let go of any unnecessary attachment or hold that certain items may have on you. Consider what items genuinely add value to your life and which ones are just filling space or creating clutter, perhaps blocking what you truly desire from coming in. Now may be a good time for a spring clean or clearing a space in your life for the inflow of life's true treasures. It's not about giving away all of your possessions, as they are an expression of who you are. Rather, it's about letting go of the dependency, the strong need to have them to feel good or to define who you are. Give thanks for the cherished possessions that you currently have, and if you have a need for others, welcome them in, giving deep thanks for their forthcoming arrival into your life. Know that you are worthy of a prosperous, balanced life. So that was the base chakra. That part of your body may also need some form of activation or decluttering or declearing at the physical, mental or spiritual. It is the area where we find our creative self, where we have our jobs, our home, our finances, our soul tribe as well. It's also the part of your body that is the hips, thighs, back, buttocks, sex organs in part, and the bowel. So some of those parts of your physical body may need freeing up, they may need exercising, they may need stretching or healing for some of you from the physical perspective. Remember, these cards are so vast and the readings are general, so any messages that come in that you feel in the moment when you are looking at the cards, absorbing the colours, that's what you need to listen to. What are you hearing most at this point in time? So one more card to finish off. These are very powerful. This is for Capricorn for January for 2020. What is it that you would like them to think about and to ponder upon, to understand, or to feel into and to learn about? This is for January for Capricorn. These cards are called the Crystal Mandala Oracle. You have received Angel Uzel and Smoky Quartz, Heavenly Mercy. I'm going to read to you from the book because these are quite lengthy messages that come in. Some of you may lose a little bit of interest here, and if you do, that's all fine. Whatever is, as I say, piquing your interest or keeping you, whatever is the message for you to hear is exactly what you will hear at the right point in time. You also have the frequency of 444 at the bottom of the card, which might be a frequency that could be useful and beneficial for you. Angel Uzel and Smoky Quartz. We bring you the gift of heavenly mercy. As you grow spiritually, your energy field becomes more substantial. Your thoughts and actions carry more karmic weight in the world. As your power increases, your ability to do good increases too. Your positive words can have a potent effect on others. So too can the very human moments where you may be having an off day and unintentionally respond to another in a way that is not unconditionally loving. We do not want you to be afraid of becoming powerful. We know that most often you are going to make a positive contribution with your power. We also know that sometimes you will wish you could undo a choice you have made and its effect. To help you, we offer our karmic protection, where the destructive impact of your actions is softened and the positive effect of your actions is enhanced. As you grow in power and impact, our gift of heavenly mercy will surround you, aligning your actions with divine will and blessing you, and all affected by you with divine compassion. As you grow spiritually, your energy field increases. There is a spiritual weight that is generated in the soul, and it translates into your thoughts, words, and actions, carrying greater power, influence, and impact in the world. Your thoughts can become more powerful in effect than the actions that some may take. Your feelings can become powerful enough to transform the energy of a room or even the group of people. Some advanced souls affect entire cities as they travel, their light triggering, clearing, and uplifting the entire frequency of that place. Where your impact might have been limited, though just as important, to having an effect on one person when you speak, the power of your increasing spiritual impact can cause the energy of your words to be broadcast far and wide throughout the inner planes. Those who are sensitive enough will be consciously able to see and feel you as they meditate or sleep. You will be working for the light even when you think you are not. As you continue to embody more spiritual light, your energy field expands to accommodate it. Your ability to have an effect simply through your presence becomes increasingly tangible and far-reaching. This will only continue as you grow. You become increasingly like the sun. Oh, wow. You become increasingly like the sun. Stunning. Just shining, whether others can always see you or hear you consciously or not. You are there giving light, radiant with higher consciousness and supporting life. The sun is a life-giving force with both consciousness and power. Without it, there is no life. Yet without protection against it, it would be too powerful for life on earth to thrive. The effect of its consciousness would be overwhelming, destructive. Earth has a massive energy field that helps filter the powerful light of the sun, so there is a moderation of its power, adjusting so it can support life. There is no ill intention in the sun. It is what it is, yet the strength of it needs softening to be of use to life on earth. The divine quality that allows this to happen is heavenly mercy. It is the intelligent function of the divine that blunts and absorbs impact through various mechanisms of grace so that divine power supports life. As you grow in power, the divine notices and offers you a gift of heavenly mercy. Mercy allows for the edges of your energy, your thoughts, and your words to be softened. As your energy grows in power, what seems to be a gentle word to you may seem much more aggressive or intimidating to another person who is not used to the same level of power. As an additional note, this card also carries the energy of Archangel Uriel. If you feel connected to that angelic being, or need confirmation that this angel is with you, or want to connect more deeply with that angelic guide, this card will also help you to connect with Archangel Uriel. So Capricorn, as we started off saying, I take the time to bask in the love and light of my life. What a glorious day. Wow, and making firm foundations with this, the base chakra area card that came in as well. You've had a really powerful reading, but this card here, the Heavenly Mercy, telling you about your unfolding, unwavering, growing power within your own life path, within the karmic energies occurring, is a profound message coming your way. And at a time, in the timeline of life, at a very profound time. That last part of the reading was intense, and some of you may find it didn't gel, or it didn't mean anything, or you didn't get it, and that's fine. It's whatever you pick up on, it's whatever the reading means to you. But I do thank you all for subbing, liking the channel, and love it when you leave your comments, and so do the rest of the community. Also really enjoy your comments. They all enjoy following or listening to others and seeing what other people are going through and offering their support as well. So congratulations on your unfolding journey of life and the power that is being brought your way. May you find much success on your personal journey. Much love, everyone. Have a wonderful January and Happy New Year and happy walk into this 2020 decade. Namaste.